Join me on a walk through Prescott Park in beautiful Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So this is one of the entrances to the park. You notice all through the park there are many, many beautiful blooming flowers. The gardeners that take care of this is a labor of love for them. They do a marvelous job of maintaining the park and keeping everything neat and tidy. So we're walking into the formal gardens. This is where a lot of people come to have wedding and engagement pictures made. In the spring, these are Japanese crabapple trees, and they have beautiful white blossoms on them. And there's 3 fountains in here with a brick walkways among the fountains, so you can take a stroll through here and spend all the time you want and listen to the water trickling and enjoy the beautiful flowers. This fountain has a little abstract statue in the middle of it. And this is the 3rd fountain. Straight ahead of the restrooms and a pavilion where they sell refreshments during plays and events that are being put on by the Portsmouth Arts Council. And this is the stage the Prescott Park Arts Council uses to put on plays and concerts during the summer months. I believe now they're doing the play The Little Shop of Horrors. So it's kind of cool to come down with your family and spread a blanket out on the grass or bring a chair and watch a play or listen to a great concert. Here we're looking across the river, Piscataqua River, toward the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. That was built back in the 1700s, where they built sailing ships over there. Now they refurbish atomic submarines. That's where all the cranes are sticking up. They lift really heavy stuff off the subs. And this is the Sheafe warehouse. This dates back from the early 18th century. The cantilever design in the front lets a crane lower and raise cargo off barges and ships coming in. It was said that Captain John Paul Jones' Revolutionary warship, the Ranger, was outfitted from this warehouse. So a bit of Portsmouth history there. And then next to the warehouse, there's a beach where back in sailing ship days, they had a cradle that they would lower down into the water and move the ship onto it. And then a steam engine back in this building, back in the foreground, would haul that cradle and the ship out of the water where they could work on the bottom. They'd scrape the barnacles off of it and do repairs to the hulls and that sort of thing. And this is the south side of the park where they have some more gardens. A lot of people find it really enjoyable to walk in the gardens and look at all the beautiful flowers blooming. There's benches here too, when you can bring a picnic lunch, and then a lot of people bring chairs down here and sit under the trees and just enjoy the beauty of the park and all the flowers blooming. See some visitors out there looking around at the flowers now. And this is the Liberty Pole. It's the oldest flagpole in America. This flagpole was first erected by the Sons of Liberty in January of 1766 in protest of the Stamp Act. That was 9 years before the beginning of the American Revolution. The Liberty Pole was a rallying point for the Sons of Liberty for their opposition to the Stamp Act. And now we're back along the waterways and the banks of the river and the backwaters. What you're looking at across the river where the boats are tied up is the commercial fish pier. That's where a lot of the commercial fishermen dock their boats, and they also come there to get fuel and ice, bring their catch back there. The local restaurateurs say the fish they catch will be on the plates in Portsmouth restaurants tonight. So if fresh seafood is what you're looking for, you've definitely come to the right place. So if you look way out across the river there past the green buoy, you see a flat bottom boat with a funny looking mast on it. That's a Gundalow. That's a old flat bottom barge they used to use to carry cargo up the river when the rivers were too shallow for the big sailing ships back in the pioneer days to get up the river. These ships are kind of unique in that back then they didn't have motors, they only had that sail. So what they would do is they'd load the cargo on the Gundalow, and then when the tide was coming in, the tide would flow up the river, and the tide would just take the Gundalow up the river to Dover and Exeter and Durham. They'd unload their cargo and wait till the tide turned, and then ride the tide back down to Portsmouth to get another load. This is a replica of a Gundalow here. This one actually has a motor, and if you've got a few days to spend in Portsmouth, you can take a ride on it. The ticket office is right across the street from Prescott Park here. Thanks for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Do us a favor, please, before you go and hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post a new video each week of things of interest in the Portsmouth, New Hampshire and New Hampshire Seacoast area. Have a good day.